Okay, this is Sunday, November 24th, and Logan Montgomery and Chris Manionis.
Manionis.
Okay, yeah, that's quite the name. Manionis is are on Facebook or on Skype interviewing Sawyer and me regarding Sawyer's disability. So, what would you like to know, guys?
Well, what is it exactly called?
Okay, he wants to know what it's called. It's called Angelman syndrome.
Okay.
And it's a genetic syndrome that affects chromosome 15. What else do you want to know?
So what exactly does it do?
What does it do? Okay, it causes developmental delay, so she's behind all of her same-aged friends. It causes communication disorder, so she doesn't speak a lot. She has a couple words. She tries to make sounds, but basically we call her nonverbal. So she has sign language that she uses. Okay, there's that. She has a seizure disorder. So she has seizures and takes medications for that. We have to keep up on that. She's got movement disorder. So she's got balance issues, and when you see her running, she always runs with one arm in the air. She kind of stands with her feet wide apart, and she's clumsy, so she'll trip and fall over things. So, what else? And then part of it's a sleep disorder too. Most angels don't sleep much. So.
How far is she behind?
Okay. Like, how far is she behind? A good question. Well, she's 12 years old, and so, but she's basically on all of her tests of functioning, she's about a 28-month-old child. So that's like a little bit older than 2. So she's like a 2 to 3-year-old.
Okay. How many signs does she know in sign language?
She knows about 15 signs, Chris.
What words can she speak?
Oh, she says mama, and she didn't start that until 2007. So she was 6 years old. And she can say papa. And actually, too, that nodding yes and no, that was really new. That didn't happen until 2009. Mostly mama and papa.
Do you know if she learned any more words?
You know, I think she will. It kind of depends on the sounds she make. When she was younger, she'd say a lot of sounds it sounded like she'd saying good girl for the dog. And there were sounds that were like more in the back of her throat and say K sounds. And now it's more the M and P. Oh, and she does say B, like we'll say it's bedtime, so she'll come in and go beh, beh. Do you want bread? Beh, beh. To tell me what she wants.
She makes gestures like,
yeah.
She wants bread, for example. The bread.
Yep. And she'll point to the cupboard where the bread is. Mm-hmm. And she'll make choices. So let's say we're getting dressed in the morning, I'll have 2 pairs of pants. Okay, which pants do you want to wear? Which shoes do you want to wear? She chooses.
How many words does she understand that we're saying?
You know what? She understands a lot, and it's really hard to get a measure of how many, but she understands a lot.
What does she like to do and like to eat?
Okay. She loves to swim. She loves water. She loves to jump on her trampoline. And she loves like the plastic blow-up things, like the inner tubes and beach balls. She likes to bounce on them, sit on them, float in them. She does like going for walks with parks. She loves to be around kids and boys, because boys always seem more acceptable, and then they're fun, and they're fun to watch, and then they're busy and they're silly, and it makes her laugh, and she loves to hang out with them. She loves to watch movies, Disney movies. She loves her iPad. And food she likes, she likes oatmeal and bread, pasta. She'll eat peas and corn. I have to kind of hide the other beans. I have to cover them in a gravy or something. She doesn't really like meat, but we'll try it every once in a while. She loves prunes and raisins, bananas, things like that.
Can we have an image of Sawyer? Can we see Sawyer?
Yeah. Hang on. They're slipping.
Hi, Sawyer.
There they are. Do you see your cousin Logan? She's waving. Is that your cousin and his friend? Do you remember when Logan came and stayed with us? And you guys jumped on the trampoline and played in your hot tub? You remember? Yeah, I remember that. She just made a gesture, her swimming sign. And then we'd go to Aunt Diane's. Yeah, at Aunt Diane's. See, she understands that. And at Aunt Diane's, Logan would chase the chickens. And ride horses. And you love the goat. And you like to hang out with them. Didn't you? Hello, Sawyer. Wake up, wake up, wake up. She's plugging her ear. Let's see, other things we talked about, because you asked about what the disability is. She goes to school at a special school, and it's for kiddos that regular public schools just doesn't do it for. And so at the special school, there's lots of kids with special needs. We have never met another child with Angelman syndrome. I'm a friend on Facebook with one. So none of the kiddos that she goes to school has that. Most of them have autism. So it's a special school. And she gets a lot of therapy. Physical therapy, speech therapy, occupational therapy. We do pool therapy. And then I had a massage therapist come over today to start working with her because she's got some muscle issues, tightness. So.
Is this something that she was born with, or did she develop it over time?
She was born with it. It took us quite a while to figure that out, but she was born with it. And it's like a 1% chance of it happening to anybody. It can happen to anybody, but it's only 1%. So it's a pretty rare thing.
How did the medication she takes affect her, and how she...
Oh, that's a good question. The seizure medications help to decrease the seizures, but it makes her really tired. And we had to go through different kinds to find the right one. And they kind of make her foggy, is the best way to tell you. And so we found a new one, a new med last March, and she doesn't have as much tiredness or fogginess. And it's like she woke up, she started making different sounds, understanding and following directions better. Let's see, she takes one medication that helps with her behaviors and her anxiety, so she's just more cooperative. What's the other one she takes? And then I give her this one medication to help her sleep. So, but it makes her really, really tired and kind of leftover tired, like today. So then she sleeps.
You might want to bring the camera up a
Oh, I'm sorry. I was trying to have you see her.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
So.
can only see the bottom of your chin.
Oh gosh.
So exactly how did it cause it? How did it happen?
Okay. Well, every child has a set of chromosomes from their mom and a set from their dad. And so then
There's 15 of them, right?
actually there's I can't think of the number now. I think it's 42. Okay? So you have half of them from your dad, half of them from your mom. And so then it's like programming. It's like creating a computer program, and how a child is made. It decides what your hair color is, your eye color, if different things. And so, but when chromosome 15s, they started to take chromosome 15 from my side, there was something wrong with it. So she ended up taking an extra 15 from her dad. So she has two 15s from him. And that caused all the problems. And it affects the language centers in the brain. Basically affected how the brain was developed, because she's missing certain things she needs to make the brain like ours. So.
How does she cooperate with like Marley?
That's a good question, Logan, because you kind of know. Marley's her big sister. You know, she's not so good with Marley. Marley's not so great with her either. She loves Marley and wants to be around her a lot.
Yeah, but Marley doesn't want.
Yeah, and it's hard because Marley has to share me and Dad a lot attention, and Sawyer gets a lot more attention because she needs a lot more. And so that's really hard on Marley. And, you know, it's kind of like ever since they were little, Marley she was 3 when Sawyer was born, so like she'd wear dresses all the time, and she'd be twirling or spinning around and talking, and Sawyer would reach up and tug on her dress, and Marley would go, "Whoa, stop touching me!" And that is how they operate together. The funny thing